And all of the news people like us are saying, well, EV sales are kind of waning. Is it?
I would say the Aria is still performing pretty well in the market. That's why we still bring it out to the shows. For the ride-along experiences, like when we do that at the shows.
Are you doing a ride-along here?
Not here.
Okay.
But normally when we do that at the shows, I drive it oftentimes.
Lineup. It is the Northern Lights metallic. So if you're familiar with the Aurora Borealis, those Northern Lights, you see that on this paint job on the outside there. Again, my favorite colorway, and pretty much all of our vehicles, that is.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so you got a nice display over there.
Yes.
Do you have the new truck?
The Frontier?
Yeah.
Yes, the Frontier is definitely. Our Pro 4X is over there.
It is?
Yes, it is.
Because, I ran into Steve on press night, preview night. Were you guys here? Probably not. That was Tuesday night.
Well, we were flying in at the time, so, yeah.
Losers. So we were here.
I missed you.
Yeah, exactly. I was waiting for you at the airport.
There it is.
And we just
that's why I didn't
two
get
ships
picked
in the
up.
night.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But, so I saw Steve, and we had a little quick jaunt around your display over there, and it's nice.
Yes.
And so if you come in the front door, generally speaking, it would be off to the left, over toward the boats.
Right. Yes.
Yes. So those people that, okay, send the Nissans over there. When you come in the door here at NRG, there's a map that shows all the displays and where they are.
Schematic of the layout, yeah.
The layout. And the car show takes up half the area.
Yes.
This is a very big place.
It is huge.
And so it takes up half, the car show takes up half, the boats take up the other half. Have you been over to visit the boats?
Absolutely.
Yes, we have. Yeah.
You picked out your favorite?
I picked out one that my wife would kill me if I bought it.
That big cabin cruiser?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, exactly. Well, L.A. Harbor, it's right there.
Right in Marina Del Rey, I could,
There you go.
pop one in there.
Exactly.
Yes.
So what are you going to tell people when they come and visit your booth about the Nissan lineup? Because they're going to come in there and they're going to be looking for an SUV.
Yes.
Chances are. They may be looking. You say, anything I can interest you in today?
Okay.
Anything I can show you?
They kind of flock by themselves to the Armada.
Yes.
I worked the Texas State Fair for the full month, and that was when, again, we don't really have concept cars too much anymore, but we brought that before it officially released, and Texans love themselves a bigger SUV. And you talk about the comfort and convenience with the newer Armada.
Yeah.
Not only heating, not only cooling, especially down here in Texas, but also massage chairs are also available there. So the vehicle kind of sells themselves, both the Murano and the Armada. But then when you talk about some of those luxuries, hey, how about a biometric cooling sensor that keeps all of us comfortable in the cabin? When it's super hot, you get those 101, Fahrenheit days
we know
out here.
very well.
It's a little humid, you got a wet seat you're leaving behind. No more because of that biometric cooling sensor. So you have the AC that's keeping us all cool and comfortable.
What are you laughing at? Why are you
He
laughing?
caught up on the wet seat.
You like the wet seat.
That happens in the winter, too.
We don't.
For you, it does. Yeah. Well, I think that the diaper booth is over on the other side over there by
on the
boat.
boat section. Yeah. They call it a life vest.
Yeah, that's it. Well, that's interesting.
And
the Armada.
we offer incentives, too. We got up to $1,000 in cash incentives, too, on all our
Really?
vehicles.
Are you handing out the cash over there?
Oh, yeah.
We got a way of kind of letting them know where they go get it from.
I got you.
The simple email, they just stop by.
Yeah.
So it's also one of those. Oh, you like this one? If you're thinking about getting it, how about $1,000?
Now, are you the only two guys over there?
We have a couple of other people on the team for sure.
Yeah,
Hope
great team.
hopefully
If that
some
was the
females.
case, it would be an empty
Oh,
booth.
we have some amazing, very beautiful women working over there. So
Because
We do, too.
God.
yeah, you definitely want to have a reason to come over.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Do I not do it for you?
That's why we're
Yeah.
not getting in
Me
the action.
personally, no. But I would like to run my hands through your hair. I can tell you that. I wish I had all that.
I conditioned just for you today.
That's
You're
it.
going to end up with a wet seat.
Yeah. So when I come over there, you guys know all about the engine sizes,
Yes.
the options, whatever they are, and
And he was trying to compare because his wife is an owner of the 2017 Rogue. So he loves the Pathfinder at a Rock Creek Rogue because that's like their favorite vehicle. So it really fit their needs because my question was, what are you guys looking for? And he said he wanted to keep the same size but he needed to be able to go off-road and have some fun. I was like, well, here you go.
So the Rock Creek is a trim package.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was so popular with the Pathfinder that we
Drive cars. I get a different car every week. I get to see all the different cars. 92 Jeep Wrangler.
Ooh.
Bad to the bone,
Yes.
you know. Today I'm driving the Silverado pickup truck, electric. $83,000, but boy, is that nice.
Yeah.
It is
You
nice.
know, and here in Texas, trucks, man. And, you know, it's funny to me because here in Texas, you'll find you go and look at the bed of the pickup truck. It's got a scratch in it. It's 3 years old. Oh well, yeah. I really don't haul anything except passengers in the back seat.
Why'd you get a pickup?
Here in
Yeah.
Houston,
that happens here too.
Here,
Yeah.
it's like
Coming from Georgia,
what is that about?
growing up, you'd see it in the high school parking lot. Every kid's got a truck, and I'm like, you're too young to work. What are you doing? What are you hauling? You know, at least
We
where
ain't
I-
hauling nothing.
Nothing.
Except butt.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm happy to know it happens here too.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's huge. People buy trucks because they like the big.
Yes.
Yes.
And you know, we've got rodeo coming up here, which is it's a mega event for an entire month, and there's a lot of pickup trucks out of this place. This is the actual arena where it's the barn, is what they call it.
Is that right?
So all of the cattle and the horses and all that stuff here in this particular
Oh,
space
wow.
that we take up now. Yeah, and so it's amazing. Ford actually has a huge display here, and they sell lots of Ford trucks in Houston, Texas. It's the number one selling truck in Texas.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Yes.
number one selling vehicle
Wow.
in Texas.
Understanding.
They see this rodeo
Yeah.
show for a month long, and they think, you know what?
I
might as
gotta
well-
have me one of them.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
it.
Pretty much. But now in Houston, Texas, it's a huge mixture, and obviously SUV is hot,
Yes.
and everybody's got one, and I know that the Rogue in particular is very competitive, and it's got a great track record, and people love them, and they love them for a reason.
Yes.
100%. I mean, I can't complain. It checks off all of our boxes, like
Yeah.
I said. And then now with the introduction of the Rock Creek edition, I mean, you had a conversation. I was spoken
Yeah.
with a woman who did cross country, like expeditions and events everywhere from Atlanta, San Diego.
Yeah.
And so she's constantly climbing hills, but again, smaller woman. She doesn't need the Pathfinder
Right.
when she goes out off-roading. And so the Rogue, seeing that Rock Creek, she's like, oh, this is my vehicle. This is exactly what I need.
Yeah.
And you're looking at a great price too. You're looking at the low 30s with that Rock Creek edition, so it's
Yes.
great.
Yeah, and my daughter never goes off-roading. I said, maybe just get the two-wheel drive model.
Yeah.
It's all you really need. And the nice thing about vehicles these days, new vehicles, there's so many options on so many vehicles.
Yes.
Even the Wrangler's got a two-wheel drive model if that's what you want.
Right.
That truck, I don't know why you'd buy that because that's strictly an off-roader in my mind. But whatever the case may be, it works really well.
You know.
Gentlemen,
Yes.
thank you.
Well, thank you.
It was a pleasure. Hope I didn't embarrass you too much.
Not at all.
I got stories to tell you when we get off the air about
the man.
Steve Parrott.
Please,
Yeah.
please.
So when you send him a thank you note or a
Yes.
hate note because he's hooked us all up,
Yes.
and the same goes for Rochelle Salinas. She knows the story. We'll be sure and bring in Steve Parrott.
We'll pass it
Yeah.
along. We see him at
Yeah.
Trinity every
We
now and then.
definitely-
Gentlemen, thank you.
We
Nissan,
appreciate it.
God bless you.
Thank
Thank you, gents.
God
We'll come
bless
by
you too.
for a
Thank
Just
you.
ahead,
$1,000.
Mars has his review of the 2025 Kia K4 and Jeff's feature on car extended warranties. It's going to be good. Stay with us. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show is back after this quick break.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Tony location is authentic and time tested. Lupi Tortilla, he's pretty good. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com.
Hey, the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available 24/7 on the In-Wheel Time and Odyssey radio apps. And you can find podcasts on your favorite podcast provider, including SiriusXM. You want to watch the show? We also video stream when it works. On Facebook, YouTube, at InWheelTime.com, 10 to noon every Saturday. Thanks for being with us today. By the way, today is an extra hour show. We're doing 3 hours today, so we got a bonus hour from noon until 1 p.m. Central Time. So we invite you to stay with us.
Okay.
All right, time now for Jeff's feature. Today we're going to talk about extended warranties, Jeffrey.
Yes, and the reason I did this, we're here with all these beautiful automobiles, all these wonderful manufacturers, and they offer a warranty with their vehicle. Sometimes it's 3-year 36, sometimes it's 5-year 60. So what should you consider when you buy an extended warranty? Now, all these folks have the extended warranties in addition to that 3-year 36 and 560, but what else do you want? You want a bumper-to-bumper warranty? Well, it covers all the mechanical systems except for a few items explicitly listed in a non-covered binder of what they're going to sell you. Bumper-to-bumper warranties typically offer excellent coverage and include a lot of repairs, and other warranties don't. So what about the powertrain? Well, the powertrain includes the engine, transmission, front and rear wheel systems, the related components on those systems. The warranty covers the cost of repairing or replacing these parts should they malfunction. A powertrain warranty covers fewer parts than the car, but usually lasts longer than the other types of warranties. Wear and tear warranties. Now, that's stuff that doesn't always get covered on a warranty program, but most manufacturer warranties don't cover repairs due to the natural wear and tear. Belts, tires, hoses, and things of that nature. So look for a good one. Some of them do offer that and beyond the normal experiences of a warranty. Maintenance plans. Well, plans are similar to the prepaid service plan, but with more coverage. Like a service plan, it covers the routine oil changes. It covers basically inspections and basically maintenance of that particular vehicle, some of the labor and some of the parts. Emissions. Do you be concerned about emission warranties? Well, you should, because warranties protect you from the cost of repairs of emission-related failures and beyond your control. Catalytic converters comes to mind. Manufacturers are required to provide broad emission warranty coverage for your cars younger than 5 years old and have less than 50,000 miles. Factory accessory plans, they're all out there. About wheels, tires, you can actually get that protective paint coverage. Rust and corrosion warranties, they're available as well. So look into it, choose the right plan. Even though you have a warranty, 3 or 36, whatever the case, you can still buy added coverage onto that. Now with my new vehicle, I could have done that. It would have been another $6,000 for a factory warranty from Buick. Now, if you're doing these outside coverages, be careful, because they list them. There's like 10 of them out there, and they list them top to bottom. And there's a lot of them you see on TV that are at the bottom. So
you know what I do?
I don't want to mention them.
I go to Consumer Reports.
You
and
can,
see what they say.
That was my next one. You get on there, do that research.
Yep.
You know, you can apply for that, get a temporary pass to get in there and look
you know,
at
we
it.
have a relationship
We do.
with the Consumer Reports. Matter of fact, I now am a subscriber.
You are.
And I didn't get a discount. I paid my $20 or whatever it was.
They were offering a $10
I know,
discount.
I know that, and I didn't do that.
And they gave him the special $20 one.
Yeah. I didn't get that, but I'm starting to get the magazines now. There's so much in there. I'm liking it.
Be aware of what you want. If you got the money to do that and you got the means, go ahead and do it if you want to. I used to do it. I don't have one now, but be careful. And because we're here with all these fine folks, something to look into.
Yeah. Well, I have to tell you that this is a new car show. There are also some exotics here. There are detailers here. there are a lot of ancillary support people here that do all sorts of different things. So when you come here to look at the cars, be sure and look at some of the people. What?
No, you got NASA here too with
And
one of their
NASA,
moon
yes.
crawlers.
Yeah, that would be interesting just to
Yeah.
go see what.
Yeah, where is that?
I think it's in that front corner, kind of opposite of us.
So it's
Well,
back
that would
there.
be that way or that way.
Yeah.
No, I believe it's this way.
Okay, whatever the case may be. Mars,
Put
why
a
not-
cable in it.
Put yeah. Are we on the air?
We are on the air.
This is a new car show, and we do new car reviews. And Mr. Mars got to drive the Kia K4.
I really did get to drive that. It is the K4 EX model. Now, this is all new for 2025. You can get this vehicle in 5 trim levels: the LX, the LXS, the EX, the GT, the GT Turbo. So we were driving the EX. So this is kind of like a mid-trim level, if you will. Mid-sized sedan is the way it's listed. Seats 5. And it's got Don and I talked about this before. It's got a sleek, modern design. It's almost like a fastback silhouette. Now, they've done a couple of things with the windows that kind of make you think, But as far as the design of it, it's really a slick-looking car. Got LED lighting up front with the vertical automatic on headlights, and it's got LED tail lights. It's got a power-adjustable outside mirror that's heated. We were rolling on the optional 17-inch wheels. Now, I'm putting this in here because of that fastback design, as I call it, because it's not really a fastback, but it's a wannabe fastback, if you will. And it's when you open it, you've got a really large trunk space there. I mean, you could probably, I know. Now, we also, in the vehicle we had the optional 12.3-inch instrument display. We used to call it a gauge pod, but it connects across to that 12.3-inch touchscreen where you're going to find all your nav and everything, and it makes it for a really nice layout there. It makes it look like everything flows really well across there. Now, you get up under the hood. 2.0 liter inline 4, 147 horsepower, 132 pound-feet of torque, backed by a CVT. Now, this doesn't sound like a lot, but in this midsize sedan, I thought this thing had plenty of power. There was a lot. I mean, it was fun to drive it. It's not a race car by any means, but it was fun to drive. EPA says you should be looking for 29 in the city, highway 39, combined 33. Now, I drove it 260 miles. Like I said, it's fun to drive. I averaged 31.0 miles per gallon, and I was very happy with that for the week. In fact, I was so happy with the way this thing rode and drove. I've got a couple of grandkids that I took for a ride, and I said, now, when you get ready to buy you a new car, when you graduate from college in a couple of years, there's going to be some 1- and 2-year-old vehicles out there. This is one of them you ought to look at. Now, it was surprisingly quiet inside of it. The suspension absorbs almost all of the road noise or road imperfections. And like I said, it's got more than adequate power on it, and the sedan design makes it easier for people to get in and out, particularly in the back seat. Now, base model price for this vehicle, which would be down at the LX, $21,990. Base trim price for the EX, $23,990. Now, our MSRP, because I mentioned a couple of options we had, $25,320, which I think is a lot of value there. Now, if you're looking for something to compare it to, go across and look at the Honda Civic that starts at $25,345. The Mazda,
That is so cute.
The Hyundai Elantra starts at $22,025. And then, of course, the Mazda 3 comes in at $23,950. So there's some things to compare it with. But I was really impressed with this vehicle, liked it a lot, and recommended it to some of my grandkids to look at. And that's my review of the 2025 Kia K4 EX.
You know, we have a new award here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show, and that's the Cute Baby Award. Just walked by here just a second ago. Oh, my God. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, got you.
I was wondering what you were
he
oohing
shut
and
me
ahhing
off.
over.
Well, he has a tendency to do
I know that, and then he wanders
Yeah,
around.
Cute Baby Awards. We're handing
Yeah.
those out left and right over here.
There was a little tiny one that walked or didn't walk by. It was being carried.
That's the one I was talking about.
Yeah, little tiny one.
With the big bow on her head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bow
Loved
is
it.
bigger than her.
Yeah, it was. Lots of folks here now.
Mm-hmm.
And the Camp Jeep ride is full.
They're lined. They're lined up.
Yeah,
A
it's
lot
kind
of
of like.
people in this exotics that are straight across from us too,
Yeah.
where they're doing the wraps and
It-
things.
I have to tell you,
We don't have it, but there's Ferraris and there's, what is that over there? There's a Porsche.
that's a G63 wagon from Mercedes-Benz over there that they have
G-Wagon,
massaged,
all decked out.
and it's got a lot of carbon fiber on it. And I will tell you that orange interior pops, and it works so well with that dark forest green. You go over there and
it's
take a
this
look.
one right here. I can see it now between the crowd, kind of thinned out a little bit right in
We're
front of
we're
us.
not going to show it to you, so you got to come out to the show and look at it yourself.
Okay, yeah,
It's a
I'll-
teaser.
I'm
Yeah,
sure
you
that
go.
yeah, we'll get a lot of calls on that.
And, well, I'm the international correspondent, and I'm inviting everyone.
Jeff
to
is
come.
the international correspondent.
I am.
We send him all over the world
Yep.
in our minds.
In
Be
his-
sure and join
his
us
mind.
next Saturday when we'll be back home in the Sugar Shack studios.
All right.
The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues after this.
Pro-Am Auto Accessories has been serving Houston's auto enthusiasts since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am is known as the place to go to find exclusive and hard-to-find parts and accessories. Pro-Am is one of the very first distributors in the USA for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier retail and service corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000 square foot warehouse, showroom, and installation bays. Pro-Am not only sells parts and accessories, but also offers installation and service. Pro-Am is now reaching a worldwide audience through Pro-Am.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. At Pro-Am Auto, you'll be dealing with a small group of professionals who truly want to help you with your automotive needs. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755.
From the open roads to the open waters, your adventure starts at the Houston Automotive Show at NRG Center. One ticket, 2 shows. Check out top cars, trucks, sport boats, fishing boats, and more. New designs, new technology, and everything in between. Spectacular experiences, amazing fun. There's something for everyone. Get your friends, get your family, and get your tickets now. The Houston Automotive Show, making waves and fueling adventures.
From the 42nd Annual Houston Auto Show, this is the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, another guest from today's new car showcase. I like using that. It kind of reminds me of The Price is Right. Bob Barker in today's showcase number 2.
All righty.
I always wanted to be a Bob Barker.
There you go.
He's dead now.
Yeah.
Jeff has the cruise in and events calendars, and I'll bring you stories making automotive news headlines this week.
So you want to be dead?
I didn't say that.
Well, you want to be like him.
I
And
do
then
want
you
to be
said he's
like him.
dead.
I know, but he's dead, and I still want to be like him when he was alive.
Well, he died at what, age 99?
110, I think.
No, 99, so he just made it without going over.
That's right. No, not going over. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin. We have with us today our chief engineer and bottle washer, David Ainsley. Managed to get out of bed this morning because we called him 6 o'clock. David, are you going to make it here by 8 so we can get set up?
So I'm on my way home from the club.
The club. Oh my God, I'm so tired. Y'all make
my
it.
head hurting.
I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could make it this morning. Where's our guest, Mars?
That's a good question.
Let's just pull someone off the street.
Well, Cadillac is supposed to be here.
Oh,
Of course.
Want to go
Jeff.
get him?
Well, if I
you know
do-
where they are?
No, I'm
No,
looking.
I don't.
I don't have any clue where they are.
And I
But
don't
that's
see 'em.
okay.
They
I've
need
got-
a bigger sign. I can't see them.
Well, they don't have one, and we'll just wait for them. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot.
Uh-oh.
Got some recalls to tell you
Let's
about.
do it.
All right. Ram has some recalls. Side curtain airbag inflators may rupture. That's not good.
No.
Ram 1500, 2500, 3500, and the 3500 cab chassis from 2016 to the 2020 model years. That's a recall. Also, loss of drive power from a damaged PTU. You had your PTU checked lately?
Powertrain unit.
Have you had your powertrain unit
I've
checked?
had mine replaced.
Replaced. Well, this is for the Jeep Cherokee for 2017 through 2019. So I guess that they're going to have the, what'd you call it, the powertrain?
Powertrain unit.
The train. It's like the choo-choo train?
Powertrain, like your powertrain.
Yeah, I know, but where is it? Where is
It's
the
whole-
power?
it's From the train.
From the train, yeah. But it's loss of drive power from a damaged powertrain unit. So that a unit means that there's several components, and here's the
Yeah,
unit.
it's not a PTO.
It's a PTU. PTO, that's the parent-teacher organization, and this is not it.
And if you got them, you're in trouble.
Chevrolet Equinox for 2025 is being recalled because the adaptive cruise control may not activate the brakes. Now, that wouldn't be a good thing.
No.
So they're going to try to fix that. Seatbelt assembly bolt improperly tightened.
Wow.
They popped the head right off of it. Now it's just what's left of the
It's
stud
probably
of the bolt.
stripped in there.
Chevrolet Silverado EV 2024 and the GMC Sierra EV 2024-2025. Jaguar Land Rover North America LLC.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
The Defender, the Discovery Sport, and the Range Rover Evoque 23 to 24 model years. The rear view camera image may not display. That ought to be pretty easy to detect.
Yeah.
Rear view camera image may not display also in the Jaguar XE for 2019 through 2020. Here's Acura ZDX for 2024. Loss of drive power from damaged cables. And loss of drive power from battery failure for the Ford Bronco Sport and the Maverick 21 to 23.
Uh-oh. That's a lot.
And then we have the Kia Niro. Improper airbag deployment from damaged wiring. Hey, Jeff. Boom!
Boom.
How's it going?
Yeah.
Damaged wire made that go off.
He needs a new cable.
Sure
Yeah.
do.
One that's probably still in the studio hooked up to a camera that we didn't
Got
bring
one.
with us.
We got one. We got it.
Yeah. Ford Bronco 21 to 24 rear shock absorber reservoir may detach.
A shock absorber reservoir.
Yeah, you know those, shock, and then it's got a reservoir
and it's
next
got a
to
tube,
it.
yeah.
That. And then we have the Lexus NX, RX, and the Toyota Camry 18 and 19 model years. Fuel pump may fail. You'll notice that pretty quick.
Yeah.
Like, huh? It's not getting any gas.
Sounds like a ringtone.
That's it. Well, got that. Mr. Mars,
Yes,
is
sir.
that the guy that we talked to from IX Exotics before, the guy there in the black shirt?
We may have.
Why don't you go over there and see if you can't wrangle one of those guys? Because, it's a real shame. They've got some interesting stuff in their display, and I think that we should go get one of their spokespeople over
Yeah,
here,
there you
and
go.
we want to talk to them because they're right across the way. They've got a stunningly beautiful, and I can't believe I'm saying this because
got another
to me,
baby award.
there's another beautiful baby award. We're giving them away right here.
Where'd you get it?
Where'd you get that baby? Is that your baby? Well,
You
it's
stole
a,
it.
it's
You
a,
stole the
stole it. It's a beautiful baby, and look at her looking at us. Hi, baby. Hi. Yes,
She's giving
love
you the
that.
kick. She got the
so
kick
you
going
got the in wheel time beautiful baby award
There you
today.
go.
Thank you very much. So I was going to say that this Ferrari, that's right across from us here, it's painted gold. Now, to me, a Ferrari should be red. All Ferraris should be red. Well, I'm just saying for me, because I'm old school. No, not black, not gold, but that gold on that Ferrari, that's bad to the bone.
Yeah.
So
It needs an in-wheel time eyebrow on the top.
that's exactly what it needs. There is that a Lamborghini over there, that purple one?
Looks kind of like one, yes.
Or is that a Ford?
No, it's a Lambo.
It is a Lambo.
Lambo.
And then we have the Porsche, and all of these cars are pretty cool. He's not going to come talk to us.
There's also Cybertruck. It's got a wrap of flat black.
It's a great display.
Yeah.
Yes, I see that
Yeah.
flat black wrap. So Mr. Mars went over there and invited him, and he can't come.
He's very busy, and some of
Yeah.
his people haven't shown up.
Ah.
Said he'll try and get loose in a few minutes.
Well,
Okay.
we don't have to worry about that. That's the end of that. You know what? We can talk amongst ourselves. Now, you guys didn't come here for the preview night party.
No.
No, we did not.
I did. I came. and I came and I saw, and they had some really good food. Matter of fact, I got to see Daryl Wisniewski from the Bayway Group. He owns Bayway.
Right. Yep.
Went up, talked to him and his wife. And actually, I've known his wife longer than I've known him.
We don't need to go into that.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know. We didn't date or anything like that. Through another friend of mine, I met her. Her name is Linda. Anyway, it was nice to chat with him. Of course, Rochelle was here, welcoming guests. And I had my red pumps on, and I got a lot of attention. But it was a great event, and it was well attended. And if you are new to new car shows, I would encourage you to come to that event next year. They usually have it right before it opens the next day, because the next morning is the press day.
Yes.
And I ran into Jeff Yip at the preview party.
He was used to be. Is he Chronicle?
Yes,
He was.
Yeah,
Was in the
and
Chronicle.
Jeff is a very, very talented automotive writer. We met him through another organization years ago.
Yep.
That he doesn't belong to that either anymore. And great guy. He and his wife were here, and it was good to see him. There were some other people here that I wasn't too thrilled to see.
Oh boy.
One of them was named Mike, and I think you know who I'm talking about. And so I ignored that. But, you know.
We're going to ignore it now.
Yes.
The other thing is, so you were here then looking at some of the cars just like people are now. So we're in the Jeep space right now. Jeep let us set up over here.
Stellantis let us set up.
Stellantis let us set up in the Jeep space.
Yes. And thank you, Kimberly Schultz, for allowing us to elbow our way in over here.
Yep.
And it's very busy. A lot of people.
It really is.
And is this, what is this? Is this the Wagoneer?
That's the
Wagoneer.
Grand Wagoneer.
There's
People
one.
are
The white
all-
one is $72,000. I looked at that earlier.
That Wagoneer, everybody is all over that Wagoneer.
Yep.
That is,
I see a lot of them on the road.
you're seeing more and more of them every day because
Yeah.
that was new last year. Remember?
Yes.
Yep.
And boy, is it nice. Whew, that is really nice. Talk about competing with the Lincoln Navigator. There you go.
Well, or even Suburban or
But you know,
whatever.
to us older folks, the Wagoneer was different back in the
Yes.
day.
You saw a square
This-
body.
Yeah, it was a square body, and it was a rough and tumble, a four-wheel drive SUV
Not
back
a lot
in
of
the
eyeball.
day.
Rubber mats instead
Rubber
of carpet.
mats, and then it had the wood siding on it, the
Yeah.
fake wood siding. Remember?
Never took it out of the crate.
That
Just-
made an eyeball there. It's,
Yeah.
Yeah. So very interesting to see some of the new cars and what people are attracted to. Those are the people that are all over certain vehicles, and there's people waiting to get inside and take a look at it, that sort of
Yes.
thing. That's pretty common, not uncommon here. I remember when they brought out the new Shelby Mustang. And they had it on display up there. You couldn't get next to it. They had it roped off because it was pricey. But, boy, it sure did look good from a distance. Of course, we attended on press morning, and they would let you get up and look in it.
Yes.
Because I don't know why. Because I wouldn't trust the press as far as I could throw them, would you? Automotive press?
But I think that's one of the things I like about the show is that you can literally come here and you can go to, I think, what you'll say, 30 brands here, actually.
Right.
And you can go and you can open the doors and you can sit in them and, look at them. There's no salesman trying to hound you.
There are a few that they don't let you sit in. I saw that the Corvette, you can sit in the Corvette, but you can get up and look through
or
the
the
window.
exotics
The
in front
reason
of us.
they won't let you sit in the Corvette is because people like me can't get back out of it and you'd be stuck in there.
You know,
That's a good point.
you know what a great point. Next time I have the Corvette unfolded there in the driveway at my house, I want to see you get in
We're
and
going to
out of it.
shoehorn you in it.
I can get in it.
I know, but I want to see you getting out of it.
Yeah, and
It can be ugly, I'm just going to tell you.
we went to.
Well, it depends on. It's either ugly or entertaining, one or the other.
We went to
And-
Fireman Jack's car show in the middle of God's country, and I rode with him in the vet. And it took me. I had to get down and roll into it and all that stuff, and same thing. A little bit of help getting out. Yeah.
Yep.
Agreed.
Because once you're in, you don't want to get out.
No.
Because you're basically about 2 inches off the
Yeah, you
concrete.
do. When he drives, you want to get out.
I did not. I don't drive that way. Mars, on the other hand, I'm surprised that you haven't wrecked more cars.
I did it all when I was younger.
Because I see you wandering in the lane that you're supposed to be in. You wander.
That's research on the lane.
Yeah, that's
thing.
bullshit. I'm not buying that.
He's doing the lane change guidance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lane
stuff.
change guidance. Yeah.
But don't.
Anyway, I wanted to say, and I'm going to go try and see if I can find one here. I have in my driveway a GMC Sierra EV truck that showed up late yesterday.
What do you have?
I happen to have a EV truck as well.
Really?
I do.
I think we'd have competition.
Ooh.
Yeah. Guess what? I'm not lining up next to him. He'll wander over into my lane.
It's
Well, it won't matter because you'll be so far behind. It won't be a problem.
Oh, we got a challenge going on now.
On purpose behind, because like I said, I'm not getting next to you on any lane.
Yeah, any excuse will do.
Okay,
This
let's tell
is
you
nice.
what. David, you ride with Mike, and I'll ride with Don.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. You guys go for that.
David just left.
But I'm going to see if I can see if they've got one here, because I had never even seen anything about one. I didn't even know they made one.
You know, I've had everybody that has seen it say, "Wait, it looks like the old Avalanche."
Exactly.
Kinda,
It does.
Kind of.
It's got the sail panels in the back by the bed. And they're not very big, but it's just enough to give it that Avalanche look, which I always liked.
Yes.
Well, the Avalanche, the ice Avalanche, kind of rode like a Cadillac.
It
Kinda
did
rode-
because
yeah.
that was the first GM truck that had independent rear suspension.
Right. So that was the thing I remember about it. Now,
Right.
with
Had the
the
step
new models,
bumper.
right?
Step bumper. It was the first one of that, and you could take the back glass and
Out.
and then fold down the
Do you
back
remember the
panel.
commercial with that? Where they put like a Mini back there and they tucked the nose
Oh,
up
yeah,
almost
yeah.
into the cab because you could take that whole panel out.
You got more room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't go over too well. As a matter of fact, I think I was working at another television station at the time, and I had one of those, and we were doing the video portion of it, me and the photographer, and I got out and I started taking all of the panels that were available,
Right.
and that divider panel in the back. Oh my God, I thought I'd never get that thing back in there. First of all, it was heavy, and I had all these parts and pieces laid out of this person's front yard of all of the things that came off of the truck. And we got it all back on there, but it's like, you kidding? It's way too much.
Yeah.
You know, with the Jeep Wrangler, yeah, the doors come off, the windshield folds down, all that top comes off, all that stuff. But they've got that down to a science. Well, GM missed the mark on that one just a little bit. And, of course, as we all know, the Avalanche went away a long time ago, but it was a different vehicle.
Was.
Now you see them, and they're all beat up, ragged out. Yeah, or as I like to put it, clapped out.
Uh-oh.
Hey, I got a friend that's got one. It's white.
Is it
it's in
still
pretty good
running?
shape. Yeah. It's in really good shape.
I'm surprised.
He got it from a one owner. He bought it from a little old lady.
Well, I didn't know that, Mike.
Pasadena.
Pasadena. All right.
Still a few of them around.
Coming up. We've already done this part of it, haven't we?
Yeah, we're in.
We
we got a cruising calendar coming up after
Yeah, I know.
commercial.
But we got to
your
take a break
headlines.
first.
Oh, yeah,
okay?
absolutely.
Hey, when you download our app, you'll have access to the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show 24/7. Just look for us in the App Store and
Destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla, he's pretty good. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com.
Welcome back to the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. We have lots of featurettes within our show. And right now we're going to do a featurette called the Cruise In and Events Calendars.
You got it. So next weekend, February 8th, you got Sienna Cars Meetup. It's at the Primrose School of Sienna. It's at 4400 Missouri City. Goes from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Probably goes a little longer like they usually do. And then you've got the Ocean View Classic Car and Truck Meet, which is a good show. You got a lot of stuff out there. You got a lot of old. You got a lot of new. That's at Sylvan Beach Park in LaPorte, Texas, from 8 to noon. Then you got Cars, Coffee, and More, hosted by Liberty Street Rawl. It is an informal gathering of hobbyists, enthusiasts, great organization. They raise money for the community events for the children in the schools there. Downtown Liberty on the Square, 1923 Sam Houston Street in Liberty, Texas. And then February 9th, which is a Sunday, you got Octane and Espresso at Black Rifle Coffee. And then so far as the cruise-ins, we got the big one coming up, which is the Hot Rod Tour Texas, but that's in April. We've got this one today that we're at accordingly. And then we've got some stuff going on in Galveston coming up here in the near future. So a lot of good stuff coming up. We'll be there. We want you to help join us and carry these things off.
Well, I wanted to, we got a little time here.
Sure.
I wanted to expand a little bit on
Absolutely.
the Hot Rod Tour of Texas. Did you get a hold of Bobby? Is he going to be on next week, Morris? He is. He's going to be on next week. So Bobby Sparkman and his buddy Jeremy put on the Hot Rod Tour of Texas, and it was just announced, released actually this morning at 9 o'clock, the route. Okay? So it's, as usual, Thursday evening, April 24th, everybody's going to go to Victoria. The difference this year is they're going to have what they call a crawl. So if you want to get down there and crawl, at 10 a.m., it's 10 to 4. No, 10. You just calm down and listen to what I got to say. It's not a pub crawl at 10 o'clock in the morning.
I was going.
It could be.
I know what you were going for.
Neederville it would be.
Yeah, it would be. 10 to 4, okay, on Thursday the 24th, okay? We start off with a garage crawl to Whiplash Garage on Moody Street in Victoria, okay? Then followed by the garage crawl to Level X Performance on 108 Circle, Suite G. You following me? Mm-hmm. That is followed by more garage crawl to the Grimm Brothers Coatings on Delmar Street. That's followed by the Comp JLT Garage on Delmar Street. And then they're going to crawl to Water Street Garage. And by that time of the day, you're going to be crawling.
Well, Bobby is also associated with everything that you mentioned. He's done car shows and he's done events at each one of those. So
he's very involved
connected
in the car scene down there in Victoria.
Extraordinary.
He is the car scene.
He is, yeah.
It's
It's
surprising
going to be
how
good to
big
have
a
him
car
on.
scene they
The
have down
fun
there.
thing about that stuff is you take your car, you go in this crawl, as it were, park your car, then you go in and look at their shop, get back in your car and go to the next place. Fun. And that's what really the Hot Rod Tour of Texas is all about.
Yes.
Then, where we get involved,
Oh, boy.
5:30 to 11 is the kickoff party with Hot Rod Tour of Texas and Downtown Rhythms, including the Victoria Symphony, Discover Victoria, the Crowbars Band, and, of course, all of the hot rods that line the square down there at De Leon Plaza, 101 North Main Street in Victoria. We went. This is the first event that they had last year at this. It was fabulous. You didn't
Was.
go, did you?
Yeah, because we filmed.
That's
you
right, we did.
and
You
Leslie.
You were filming it.
You
did
didn't
the
go.
opening.
I didn't go.
He didn't go. You going to go this year?
I'm counting on it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take the
if
Buick.
you've ever
You're going.
If
I'm
you
gonna
ever
take- if I'm
thought
dragging you.
about a town square in a small town and
In
how,
Texas.
in Texas, but now think about one that's surrounded by hot rods
You know,
Yeah.
and
and it's,
people that are got music playing. I mean, it's just
it's nothing.
It's-
It's not like a show where you got a bunch of guys in their work uniforms and they smell like rear end grease or anything like that. They
Or
don't-
rear ends.
Or yeah, it's nothing like
No,
that. It's
no.
all class.
they got
It's all classy.
music, and I mean, it's just a really good time just to be there.
Well,
I
let
mean,
me just say this, and don't make fun of the Victoria Symphony.
They're
They
awesome.
are awesome,
Yeah,
and you're going to be blown away. Take your lawn chair. They got a big area out front of the stage where they set up for this, and it is 2 tons of fun. Then you go back to your already reserved hotel room. All this is online now.
Yeah.
So 7 o'clock, we meet up for the driving portion of the tour coming out of Victoria.
Friday
okay?
morning.
Friday morning, and that is going to be at Riverside Stadium where we met last year. And then they head out, okay? And you're going to have a blessing of the cars and driver's prayer. Then you head out. Then we're going to meet up in a big long line. Now they have police escorts coming out of Victoria, right? Then we're going to meet up the next first stop, Santa Fe, Texas. And we're going to meet at the Hack Winery. That's the lunch stop. And it's from 11:30 to 2 on Friday. Okay? That's Friday the 25th. Okay? Then our next stop is going to be at 4:30. We're going to the Lone Star Flight Museum down at Ellington Field in Houston, Texas.
very cool place.
Very cool. We've all been there before. Then the next morning, Saturday morning, meet up at a location to be determined, which is a scary thing because we're
Yeah.
talking about
Well,
300 cars, and you're going, they don't know yet.
They made up to 350.
And that- is it
He's gonna
Saturday-
Cut it
it's
off
Saturday?
This year at 350.
It's Saturday.
That's Saturday.
They're all coming to the In Wheel Time studio.
No, they're not. They are not coming to the In Wheel Time studio.
You got parking across the
Because-
street. with the
Take up
church.
all of Sugarland.
Yeah, exactly. Because we have to be at 11 o'clock in Houston, Texas at the Spindle Tap Brewery on Hirsch Road.
Oh yeah,
You know where Hirsch Road is? You don't want to know.
it's a brewery. He knows.
And they're also going to have live entertainment with the Crowbars Band.
They're a good band.
They
But
are a
we'll
good
have
band.
Bobby next week, so
I know.
he'll be able to give us some of the secret,
So
inside baseball.
therein lies the question. Are we going to do a live show from there? Because if they're going to have the band there at 11 a.m., I don't want to compete against the band.
I'll sit in.
Bobby and I kind of talked about that, and it's not going to be like Shiner was, to where there's plenty of. And we're thinking that we don't want to do. We want to do like we've done in the past, but we'll talk about that.
We'll
some more.
talk
Now
about
that
it.
we got the schedule, it'll
Yeah.
be a little bit easier.
So
Makes it easier.
then that evening, 6 to 10 p.m., we're going to go to Guitars and Classic Cars Ranch on FM 1097 McCaleb Road. I'm sorry, 1097 McCaleb Road, not FM. McCaleb Road in Montgomery. So we're going to go up near Lake Conroe.
Yeah, yeah.
Guitars and Classic Cars
A lot
Ranch.
of good roads up there. A lot
Yeah.
of good roads.
Then we're going to go to our motels after a couple cocktails, and we're going to go to bed and get up the next morning.
Not all together though.
All right. And we are going to head out to tour the Braze Motor Museum and Playground, and that's going to be in Madisonville.
Oh, okay,
Seen
northwest.
that from
Yeah.
the freeway.
Okay. And that is going to pretty much wrap the show.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. And so that's going to be, so at 1:30 on Sunday afternoon, we all get released to go home or do whatever you want to do. If you want to hang out in downtown Madisonville, you know what we ought to do? We ought to go look up Fred Henson, who used to own the Henson dealerships up there.
Yeah.
Go knock on his door. 350 cars show up at his front door.
Howdy.
Hi, we're
Make me a-
here.
make me a
surprise. So at any hoot, that's what we're going to do. Okay,
Perfect.
all right. So that's the latest on that tour. And you don't have to run. I don't think.
No.
Is this the Mazda man?
He's
It's the
the
Mazda
Mazda
man.
man.
Mazda
So that's gonna
man.
be
We won't
our-
know until he puts a headset on.
Well,
There
that's
you
true.
go.
So we're going to interview him coming up in the next bonus hour of
Bonus.
the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show.
All right.
By the way, we'd love to hear from you. Shoot us an email. The address here is info@inwheeltime.com. We will be right back.
Pro-Am Auto Accessories has been serving Houston's auto enthusiasts since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am is known as the place to go to find exclusive and hard-to-find parts and accessories. Pro-Am is one of the very first distributors in the USA for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier retail and service corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse, showroom, and installation bays. Pro-Am not only sells parts and accessories, but also offers installation and service. Pro-Am is now reaching a worldwide audience through Pro-Am.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. At Pro-Am Auto, you'll be dealing with a small group of professionals who truly want to help you with your automotive needs. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755.
From the open roads to the open waters, your adventure starts at the Houston Automotive Show at NRG Center. One ticket, two shows. Check out top cars, trucks, sport boats, fishing boats, and more. New designs, new technology, and everything in between. Spectacular experiences, amazing fun. There's something for everyone. Get your friends, get your family, and get your tickets now. The Houston Automotive Show, making waves and fueling adventures.
From the 42nd Annual Houston Auto Show, it's a bonus hour of the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show.
Yay.
Lucky you. Coming up, we got another guest from today's new car show, along with a few surprises. And we're also going to have a guest from Mazda talk to us.
What?
And at the bottom of the hour, Rochelle Salinas with the Houston Automobile Dealers Association joins us to give you a preview of what you can expect when you come out to the show, either this afternoon or tomorrow. Howdy, along with Mike out of This World Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin, and our chief engineer and bottle washer, David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad that you could join us today here inside NRG Center. And by the way, not only is the car show going on here, got the boat show going on down there, and
Behind
then
us.
later on, we got the Monster Truck Show
Gonna
over at
happening.
NRG Stadium.
It's
So
happening.
it's a car-filled day.
Automobile happening. Automotive happening.
Yeah. So who's our guest, Mr. Mars?
This is Mr. Britton Smith with Mazda. He's actually with Jeff Haas Mazda
That is
here in
correct.
town.
Very good.
So, but he knows everything there is to know about what Mazda's got here at this show.
All righty.
He told me he
Jeff
did.
Haas Mazda has been around since the beginning of Mazda, which was born, I think, in 1900.
Correct. Yes. I'll ask Jessica himself.
Yeah.
But you don't look that old.
Where is Jeff Haas Mazda?
We are off of I-10 and Barker Cypress over near Katy.
I know exactly where you are.
That's
So
right.
that's
Little
sort
hop
of
and a
like an
skip.
automobile row of I-10.
Well, there's that, and there's also he's just south of West Houston Airport.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there by Barker Reservoir. I know all that.
So when you get off your plane, you come right to the dealership.
There
That's
you
it.
go. Fly
or
in,
we
drive
can just
out.
fly right into the dealership.
Fly
Right
and
there.
drive out.
That's
We got a
it.
little landing strip in the back.
Why
Yeah.
didn't I think of that?
Is your first name Britton?
Correct. Like the country, just spelled a little differently.
Interesting. So what were your parents thinking?
Well, my parents were thinking, well, how are we going to honor my grandmother? And they were like, well, that's her last name, so let's make it his first name.
Oh, wonderful. There you go.
All right.
There you go.
I love it. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm here for it.
It's very unique. I don't know. I've never met a Briton before.
And hopefully the last time. I'm just kidding.
So, yeah. So when you were going through school, did the kids make fun of you or anything?
Always the question I got was, are you really from Britain? And I would always fake a British accent. Yes, of course I am.
So when you were learning about Britain in school, did they all look at you?
I don't know why, but every time they were like, oh, and we have the namesake here. Like,
That's it.
do I look like? I'm just
Yeah. So how long have you been with Jeff Haas?
I've been with Jeff Haas for almost 2 years now, but I've been a Mazda enthusiast since, oh my gosh.
Dirt.
Since Dirt.
Yeah. Well, from time to time, we get to drive new Mazdas in the press fleet, and there aren't as many Mazdas in the press fleet as we'd like, actually.
Yeah.
And that has nothing to do with you or us. It has to do with Mazda putting vehicles in the press fleet for us to drive. Why everybody doesn't do that? Because it's free advertising you can't buy. So
Exactly.
But I don't know. I'm not in charge of anything and don't want to be.
What Mazdas have y'all driven?
Oh God.
Bunches.
Well, I'll tell you what.
How much time do we got?
Let's turn it around on you and let's name the models of Mazda that there are.
Let's do it.
Start from the bottom, the entry-level Mazda.
All right, the entry-level Mazda is going to be our Mazda 3 sedan and hatchback, which I am actually a current owner of. Then you go
Which one?
The hatchback.
Okay.
Of course, practicality.
Yep. All right.
65-inch TV, German Shepherd, across the country, easy.
Got it. Yes.
All
right.
The next ones are going to be the SUVs. Starting from the bottom, we have the Mazda CX-30, our subcompact SUV.
Yep.
Then you're going to have the Mazda CX-5, right? That's Mazda's bread and butter, best-selling vehicle to date worldwide.
Yep.
And then next is going to be the all-new for 2023, the CX-50, which I was also an owner of as well.
Isn't the 5 going away?
It is not going away. The CX-5 and CX-50 are going to sell alongside each other.
Redesign?
And you may see something online if you
That's what
type
it
in
is.
2026 CX-5, maybe.
Gotcha. Yes.
Can't say too much.
Because they are different, and because of the popularity of the CX-5, they're hanging on to it.
That is correct.
Yeah.
That is
Okay,
correct.
go ahead.
And then after the CX-50 is going to be our next model, which is going to be the CX-70. The CX-70 and the CX-90, which is the next one, are siblings. They're on the new large platform, rear-wheel drive architecture. I don't know if y'all got to experience that.
No, we
just
haven't yet.
Take the Miata and just put 3 rows.
I've heard that, and I'm going, okay. I got to see it.
You have to.
You got it down there?
We do. We have both of them here.
Oh, there you
we have
go.
the plug-in hybrid option, which is all new for us, and we have our inline 6 developed in Japan as well, all in-house.
Very nice. Yeah. And
Give me the 6.
what'd you say?
I said, give me the 6.
Give me the
Any
6
day.
all day, any
The
day.
inline 6. And these guys know this. I am an inline 6 guy. I'll take an inline 6 over a V8, and I'll hop that inline 6 up, and I'll beat that V8.
Are you listening, Dylan? You hear that? He's a V8 Chevy guy.
No, yeah, well, I am that, but I prefer the inline 6.
That smooth, perfectly balanced,
Yeah.
streamlined drive.
Because that's what I got.
Yeah, I mean,
I opened up the hood of an old pickup truck, and it had a 235 Blue Flame 6 in it, and I probably doubled the horsepower in that thing.
he was 40 whenever he did that.
I was not 40. I was like 16, but that's okay.
We
You
won't
can
talk about
pretend I was 40. All right, so you are a product specialist
Yes.
and a salesperson,
And an
but you're not
enthusiast.
selling these here. Because I understand that, the whole idea behind this show is the fact that we don't want to pressure these people to buy a new car. Come learn about the car.
That's right.
Compare the cars. So the next question to you is, who is your biggest competitor?
Ooh.
Toyota?
You know what's really interesting about Mazda is we really straddle the middle between the mainstream competitors and really that luxury that market as well. Mazda is positioning themselves to be, nicer materials on the inside than some of our mainstream competitors like Toyota, Honda, Subaru, and kind of reaching for that premium status of Lexus, Acura, BMW, Mercedes without the price tag associated and with the expensive maintenance as well.
Very good answer.
Yeah, I like it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Can I get that in writing?
That's right.
Exactly. Well, and I think that's a good description because the ones that we have always driven, the mainstays, we obviously haven't driven the brand new ones, but the ones that we have driven are just that. Even the Mazda Miata MX-5. And we put those two words together because some people know what the MX-5 is. Most recognize Miata.
And it still is to this day how we all internally refer to it. Oh, you're
Yeah.
here to drive the MX-5? You mean the Miata?
Yeah.
Miata is always the answer.
Yeah, and I get the naming. No, I don't. I've never gotten the naming thing with the alphanumeric stuff of any vehicle manufacturer because I'm old and I realize that. I want the Cadillac Escalade,
We realize it too.
et cetera, et
Yeah.
cetera.
The names. Mhm.
Yeah, that way. But so Which of all of those vehicles that you named is your biggest seller?
Oh, CX-5 by and far.
It really is.
By far. Oh, yes.
Huh.
The CX-5 sells 3-to-1 what the CX-50 does, just
Why?
for comparison. The CX-5 is really positioned to be the direct competitor to all of our other rivals, their compact crossovers. RAV4, CR-V, you could go Acura RDX, BMW X3.
5-passenger, 2
Correct.
row.
5-passenger, 2
Yeah,
row.
that's a real heavy. I mean, that's a very competitive segment.
Very, very competitive segment, and we have something that a lot of other competitors don't really have, is a multi-link independent rear suspension on the mainstream side. And so for the CX-5 to have that and ride smooth without that luxury price tag is something that you really can't find in the market right now.
Interesting. What kind of engine? Are there options to engines in that vehicle?
In the CX-5,
Yeah.
you have the same engine size and pretty much same configuration, but you have naturally aspirated, and you have a turbo engine as well.
Okay. All right. And how much horsepower do the two have? Do you know?
Yes, the naturally aspirated on regular fuel by itself makes 187 horsepower, 187 pound-feet of torque, and it's mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission. The turbo makes 256 horsepower on premium fuel and 320 pound-feet of torque. On regular gas, which it is engineered to run on as well, 227 horsepower.
I want the turbo.
I have a turbo, I'll tell you. In my Mazda 3 hatchback, night and day difference.
Yes, I know.
Wow.
Yes, I've
Nice
driven.
team.
I've driven the turbo, and it works well. Interesting. Now, did you actually buy this car, or is it a demo?
Oh no, I bought it with my own money. This is my third Mazda that I bought with my own money.
Did you get the friends and family discount?
You'd be shocked about the pricing for Mazdas. It's when you compare it to the domestics, I'll say, way less. And that's Mazda's philosophy. When a client comes in to any Mazda dealer, it's the same price across every dealership, and the market is this little.
Really?
This little. 2.5%.
Kind of like McDonald's. You know what you're going to
You get the value meal. Yeah, basically. You know what you're getting when you walk in, and it's a streamlined experience, like a boutique. Take it off the shelf, take it to the register.
How is your inventory?
We are the largest Mazda dealer in the nation right now, and
Wow.
our inventory, we've got plenty. So come on down. Just kidding.
Plenty. We got plenty.
We've got
how
a
many?
good-
How many is plenty? Is
So-
that 5 or is that 50?
We've got a full front parking lot, and our building stretches, oh my goodness, it's probably over 200 feet long. And we've got a whole parking lot of CX-5s, CX-30s, Mazda 3s, CX-50s, hybrids, plug-in hybrids, everywhere.
Do you
all
have
over the
storage
lot.
lots off the main property?
Right behind us. We just built a brand new parking garage, and Jeff is very proud of it.
Yeah.
So they're not all just sitting out in the sun and the weather and the hurricanes and the snowfall.
There was covered parking at one point, and now we have a new open parking lot at the back, but that way they're locked and safe as well.
Does Jeff show up there every day?
He's there every single day.
Yeah.
One of the best people
Is
I've
he
ever.
right over your shoulder going, how dare you
What are you doing?
give that? Yeah, how are you
little
doing?
boy?
Yeah, exactly.
No, Jeff is one of the most down-to-earth, normal people I've ever met. And when you really, if you never really had experience with like owners or like just these like big unattainable people, they're normal people just like you and I.
That's nice.
Cracks jokes, invites us up to his office. He'll come down and sit at our desks with us.
He
Cool.
said normal
Oh, yeah.
like us.
Yeah, no,
Not like us.
I was gonna say.
There's nobody like us.
Not y'all, not y'all.
Yeah.
Not in real time.
No, yeah. We're the father time is what we are. And I think
Hey,
we're going to
hey, hey.
rename the show.
What was the dinosaur that you rode? I'm just kidding.
That's exactly it. Yeah. Mars, that's your next job is to find the dinosaur that we're going to roll out of here on.
And put
Yeah.
a cable on it.
Uh-huh. Flintstones. Meet the Flintstones at a monastery. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right, everybody now.
Hey.
Sing along.
You know, I think that it's interesting that most people don't really know of the Japanese manufacturers. They know that Toyota is, but the others is kind of like Subaru's made in Japan. They're competitors. Mazda, Japan. And when somebody says to me, well, what do you recommend? I say, well, what country do you want to drive? Because the driving experience in each country is different.
You're correct.
Japanese feels different than German, feels different than American. You name it, whatever it is, in those countries have their own philosophy about designing a car and the ride. And if you're going to, in my estimation, if you're going to go look at a CX-5, then if you're going to compare it to other Japanese makers, well, we know what they are. But if you're going to compare it to, let's say, for instance, BMW, that's a whole different experience. Go compare it to the VW. If you're going to buy American, my God, all of the major 3 manufacturers have a competitor with the CX-5.
They do.
Go drive the competitor, the CX-5, and you're going to find a different driving experience to each of those because they're designed, built in a different country. Yes, some of them are manufactured in the United States, but it's the way they're designed.
Right.
Okay, and I will tell you that driving all of these cars that we drive, one different one every week, you can really tell the difference. Not that one's better or worse than the other, it's just the style, the feel of the car when you drive it down the road. If you're a real car person and you're looking to get into the driving experience of, say, a Mazda CX-5, drive it. Go compare it. You may really get off to the way that the Japanese design their cars. I do. I bought a Lexus that I fell in love with. This was years ago. Fell in love with that thing. And but that was, the wife drove it. You know, she loved it and resonated with it. Whereas if she went for the competitor to it, whatever Chevy was making at the time, totally different.
Yeah.
And I would suggest that to anybody that asks me if they're going to shop the car and drive it. Treat it as a different thing. Take whatever it is that you're driving, put that aside, and go in with an open mind.
Right.
Find out what country you want to drive, and then compare the two.
I'll tell you, just to give you a little glimpse into Mazda's philosophy for their vehicles, one little instance of this. Every single button in all of our cars is programmed to have the exact same tactile feel across all of them. The window switches, the AC controls, and it's that attention to detail that the Japanese focus on and Mazda technicians and engineers really hone in on, because that shows everything that we care about our vehicles. Every car is carved in clay before it ever goes into production by Takumi craftsmen in Japan. Every single one has human soul in it. And so that's different when you're talking about, well, maybe it's not the most spacious, maybe it's not the most economical, but it's the design and the purpose and philosophy in our cars which really drives our customers.
And I agree. You know, it's funny. Did you ever go to the, I guess it was when the MX-5 came out, and somehow, some way, I guess I weaseled my way into COTA, and they had a division race there of Miatas, a very competitive thing, and that's a whole other story that I don't want to get into today because it's too involved. But it's a whole culture of Miata people, and you know, here's the engine, this is the engine I've got in this one, this is the engine I got in this one. We all compete. It's a whole thing. That Mazda Miata, the new one that you're selling today, they look at your driving position behind the steering wheel, because I don't know whether you were paying attention to it. Most people don't. You actually don't usually sit directly behind the steering wheel. You may be off an inch, sometimes 2 inches, but you're sitting back far enough you really don't pay that much of attention. They do. And they make a big deal out of that. And they designed the car around the driver's driving position.
Ergonomics.
And it was amazing to hear the engineer talk about that.
And that philosophy is called Jimba Itai, which translates to horse and rider as one. The car should be a natural extension of your body.
Where is your display?
We are located right after Honda, and we're right behind Subaru as well.
So you walk in the front door, and you just kind of look either side, and you're right in the middle.
You go in the front door to the left all the way back and look for the big Mazda sign, or if you're in for beer, we're right next to the beer garden.
And how can you forget
Beer garden?
The beer garden.
Beer garden.
Britton, it's great to talk to you.
Of course. Thank you all so much for having me.
Hey, thank you. We really appreciate
Nice work.
you.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
Yeah, very much so.
Very informative.
We'll tell Jeff send you again.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Take care of yourself. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Thank
hey,
you,
you
sir.
can get the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show 24/7 through the Odyssey radio app and the In-Wheel Time app. Just look for In-Wheel Time Car Talk. Podcasts available from your favorite podcast provider. And we video stream our live weekly show on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flameado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla, he's pretty good. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com.
Hey, I want to remind you that next week we'll be back in the Sugar Shack studios with more of your favorite features and Zoom guests, so be sure and join us 10 to noon. This is a little bonus hour that we're doing, so we've kind of shuffled some things around, and we wanted to take this time to do what we normally do in our 2-hour show, and we do Hemmings.com Sold Cars Roundup. And the difference today is going to be that Donald Armstrong, your man about town.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Here we go. Has figured out a way to put pictures with our little game that we play.
Wow.
And so the game that we play is, Mars, are you listening?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
No, you're not. You're over there looking at download speeds, and you need to calm that down and pay attention here.
I'm paying attention.
All right?
You need a quarter?
No, I don't. But so we guess, as to the boys guess, how much these cars sold for. You're included too, David. So
I'm
turn
here.
on your microphone.
I'm here.
All right.
Kylie's right there. Kylie can guess, too.
Oh,
All right,
you
so
want to get on?
how much do you think a 2006 Cadillac XLR V sold for on Hemmings this week?
Not enough.
Now this is based on a Corvette chassis that Cadillac built for a few years. It is a 2-door little sports car, 2-seat convertible. Okay, cool looking. So how much do you think? Come back over here, Ben.
Look at it.
9,000.
How much?
9,000.
9,000?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. Jeff?
I'm gonna go. It's probably gonna be high, but I'm gonna go 32.
Oh.
32?
Wow.
Okay. And Mr. Mars, how much do you think?
I'm going to go 16.
What do you think? Kylie says 18.
18? It sold for $37,013.
wow.
You
Yeah,
go,
take that.
Jeff.
Whoa! I'm gonna tub it out when I get it.
Yeah. That's a good-looking little car.
Yeah.
It really is.
Unfortunately, it had the North Star engine in it,
Yeah,
and
it's
it
still
just
a
didn't
Cadillac.
resonate
Well,
with
you
Cadillac
put
buyers.
the, tub it and put the LS in
No,
it.
that's it.
Moving on.
All right. Here's one that's a little bit earlier than Kylie has been around. I don't think her mother was born in 1975.
No.
So this is a 1975 Chevrolet Caprice. Do you remember the Caprice? Great big sedan. Now this is
Yeah.
a 2-door, okay? A two-door big
Boat.
boat is what it is.
Convertible?
It's convertible with wire wheels.
Yes, it looks like it's a convertible, and it's got wire wheel covers, I
Right.
think.
Yeah, because I had
And-
those on my Nova.
Uh-huh. And white walls. So how much do you think that would have sold for? Now, let me just say this. I'm going to give you a little hint. This is a car that has either been restored or it's all original with low miles and really looks nice.
Little TLC on it.
Yeah, a little TLC.
I'm going to say 18.
18.
25.
100 or 1,000?
1,000.
25.
Now, David
12.
just said 25.
I would 18, 25.
I'm
I'm
going
gonna
12.
You went 12?
12.
Kylie says 22.
It sold for $29,400.
Jeez.
I win.
There you go.
Okay, now here's one that Kylie would really like this car, I think. It's a 2003 BMW M3. It's a four-seat sports car is what this is.
Yeah, but you don't use
Yeah,
it.
And it's a convertible.
2.5. Don't believe him on the back
Okay,
seat.
well, don't confuse the issue.
Sorry, what year again?
2003 BMW M3.
13,000.
16.
You said 13?
13.
David said 13.
I say 16.
You say 16.
I would go 15. David knows all this
Well,
little weird stuff.
you guys are all in the same
Kylie?
tub. It sold for $14,175.
I think that was her guess. 14,
Did I win?
So,
I won. Again.
Now let's go back to the boat era, since we got the auto boating show.
I
Right?
know about those.
Here's a boat.
Here's
A
an Oldsmobile.
1976 Oldsmobile 98.
Yeah, baby.
This was about as big as they ever got, okay? A 76 Olds 98. It's a coupe. It's a sedan. It's a four-door sedan. It's a hardtop.
With the opera window, fender
With the
skirts.
opera window
Oh,
back
yeah.
there, and it's got the fender skirt on it. This thing is as ugly as the day is long.
And I think those hubcaps they each weighed a ton.
And the color is beige.
Yeah, baby. Beige vinyl, beige
Oh,
interior,
God.
brown.
If you want to get boring,
11,000.
beige will do it
11,000.
for me.
I'm going to go 9.
You may like beige. I don't like beige.
I like
No,
beige.
What'd you say?
It's
Does it gotta-
skin colored. How's that?
It
He
needs
said
a
11. I say 9.
Oh, I was going to go 12.
It needs
How much?
It needs a propeller.
yeah, pretty much. It would
11.
sink immediately, but so it sold for $10,605.
I went 9. You went 11.
10,605.
Wow, we're all
Well,
in
it was
there,
closer.
man. We're
so-
doing
That's,
I won
that
3
thing there,
so-
that would be a perfect hot rod tour of Texas car.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. You
Okay.
float down the
just,
road.
Next
yeah,
up-
just sleep in it.
Next
You
up,
really-
now, let's
You
go.
don't need a hotel.
Let's go to the hot rod tour stuff. 1972 Plymouth Cuda. Not Barracuda, but a Cuda.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Okay, 72 Cuda. It is red in
Perfect. Thank you very
color.
much.
It looks like it's stock.
Yeah, but that
Yeah.
could be
Well,
Got a
it
sunroof
very-
in it.
quite several different things there.
ooh, there's some pins.
All right, I'm going to.
Oh, West Point. Thank you, West Point.
Thank you, West Point.
It's all good. Yeah, appreciate it.
Sunroof. You got white interior buckets.
Yeah.
Man, there's so much variation.
Now, it
between
is a 72 Cuda, so
Yeah.
that alone, despite the fact that it may have been crunched and repainted, whatever, it's
Yeah.
still a 72 Cuda. But what I'm doing is I'm hinting to you here that this is not so much the attention to detail of the car. We don't know. I don't know all of the details about it, but it is a 72 Plymouth Cuda.
got
Just
a
keep that in
sunroof.
mind. David, your turn. How much?
19.
He said 19.
I was going to go a little higher, but I'm not. I'm going to go 17.
Mars,
24.
37
Wow.
275.
So it is kind of hot
Man.
rotted up.
Damn.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
look at
I
the
mean,
scoops.
you could have a 6-cylinder all the way up to a.
I know, and we don't know what it has in it.
360.
Wait a minute.
It's got a
wait
sunroof.
minute.
It's got
no.
a sunroof.
What does it say on
Are
the
you
hood?
cheating?
It just says CUDA
CUDA TA.
TA. Yeah.
That's a 340.
All right, so
If
it's got a
it's a real
small
TA,
V8.
it's a 340.
All right, I got to stand up for a minute.
All right.
So here we
Next
go.
one.
Here's your next one.
Here we go.
A 1966 Ford F100. An F100.
It's a good looking truck.
It is. It's painted white with a black bumper, and clearly it's been restored somewhat. I don't know. I wouldn't call it a resto mod, but
Y'all okay?
1966 Ford F100. David, did you see it?
Can't see it.
I saw it on the back of the paper.
There it is, right there.
Ah,
Got a picture of that?
Good looking.
Mars, what do you think that went for?
12,000. 12,000.
12,000. You going to go with 12,
You
Mars?
Took mine. You took
What
mine.
did you?
16.
16.
17.
17. It sold for $18,375.
I'll take it. Nice.
I know, I would too, because it's nice. I don't know if it's got a V8 in it, but it doesn't mean difference. I'll take the 6 or the 8. Doesn't make a difference. And here's Jeff's car.
Yeah, baby.
This is the last one of the morning.
Cadillac.
A 1989 Chrysler LeBaron convertible.
4,000.
Oh my God!
Priceless.
That's Jeff.
What'd you say?
Priceless.
David says 4,000.
I'm going to go 6.
Jeff's going 6.
Michael's going.
Mars.
I would say 3, but it's a convertible, so I'll go 8. I'll give it a little
You
break.
can have that car for $4,300.
I should have went with my first guess.
Oh my God!
Go with your first choice.
But you know what? It's clean. I would drive it.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
Just
my
for the heck of
God.
it, I'd buy that car and I'd drive it today.
Yeah,
Seriously,
you-
I would.
you would.
Look at it.
I understand.
White on white convertible with a white interior.
That'd be a chick
Oh,
magnet
yeah.
for you.
It would be.
You'd be like Bernie he's sitting in the back going,
That's right. I would. Oh my God. Well,
That was fun.
nobody said we didn't have a good time on this
Yeah,
show.
really.
Hey, if you'd like to get in touch with us, shoot us an email. The address is info@inrealtime.com. And be sure and follow us on Facebook and YouTube and all that other stuff. Back in a flash.
Pro-Am Auto Accessories has been serving Houston's auto enthusiasts since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am is known as the place to go to find exclusive and hard-to-find parts and accessories. Pro-Am is one of the very first distributors in the USA for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier retail and service corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000 square foot warehouse, showroom, and installation bays. Pro-Am not only sells parts and accessories, but also offers installation and service. Pro-Am is now reaching a worldwide audience through Pro-Am.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. At Pro-Am Auto, you'll be dealing with a small group of professionals who truly want to help you with your automotive needs. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755.
From the open roads to the open waters, your adventure starts at the Houston Automotive Show at NRG Center. 1 ticket, 2 shows. Check out top cars, trucks, sport boats, fishing boats, and more. New designs, new technology, and everything in between. Spectacular experiences, amazing fun. There's something for everyone. Get your friends, get your family, and get your tickets now. The Houston Automotive Show, making waves and fueling adventures.
It's the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show coming to you today from the Houston Auto Show at NRG Center. They call it the Automotive Show, but, you know, we got hired by the Houston Auto Show to come here and spread our love right here in front of God and everybody.
Oh, boy.
And this is good stuff, isn't it? Oh.
Well, we've seen everybody. We haven't
And
seen
when I
God
said
yet.
that, Rochelle goes,
Oh, no.
I'm not sure about
I
that.
ain't gonna good.
Coming up, we got car people among us. We're talking to them, including the Executive Vice President of the Houston Automobile Dealers Association. Ladies and gentlemen, on your feet, please. The president is here. And, so we got Rochelle Salinas here. And we don't need anybody else. We've got her.
We had a good lineup this morning, right?
Yeah.
It was excellent. It was absolutely excellent.
And
Yeah.
I'm impressed with the young, I say young, because they are young.
Everybody's young.
The product specialists that know their stuff. Obviously, they're
here because of that.
Yeah, and they're just immersed in that, and that's what they learn. It's
The guy
fantastic.
from Mazda, I mean, whenever we were joking around, yeah, you know everything there is to know. He knew everything we knew to ask.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
It is. Move
Nissan,
that
same
microphone
thing.
up a little bit. You know, I want to say this before we get into the interview with you about the show. You know, I was telling Leslie about you, and I said, you know, I met Rochelle back when she was working for an advertising agency in town, and they had the account, place all the advertising and all that sort of thing. And I went over there and begged some tickets or something. I don't remember what it was. He gave me some free tickets. And I go over there. I don't know who she is. I have no clue. I go over there and show up, and she introduces herself, Miss PR, and it just worked. And we talked for a little while and kind of hit it off because I think I was in Channel 2 at the time, wasn't I? I think so.
She remembers the first day she saw you.
Yeah, and she's still trying to run away.
Exactly.
Right?
There was no exit.
Yeah, and you were working for the advertising agency, and you got your feet wet doing this stuff over there.
Yep.
And then, I don't know, a few years later, you're hired by the Houston Automobile Dealers Association.
Right.
And now, here she is, the executive vice president of the Houston Automobile Dealers Association.
Yeah, that was 14 years ago when I was at that ad agency. So this is my 14th auto show.
And I am so proud of you. I feel like, I started with her when she was at the ad agency, and here I am regressing, going from big television, here I am to some lowly little auto show on the internet. But no, I really am. Seriously, very proud of you. You've done such a great job, and you do such a great job at this.
Thank you very much.
This is your niche, baby.
It means a lot. I was walking around this morning, and I just had this smile on my face, and I might even get a little emotional because honestly, I love my job, and I am so proud of this show this year and everything we've created and how we've grown HADA even adding our technician competition and our luncheons for our dealers and our community outreach and then this event as a culmination. I'm really proud of what we've done.
And it's all because of you. Because, it is true.
I got a good team. I got a good team.
But there has to be a driving force.
Yes.
You know your stuff, and you've done well. Let me put it that way. And you've been through some pretty hard times here in the past few years, the COVID thing and manufacturers pulling out at the last minute.
That's
but
right.
you still managed to pull this thing off. And it's not easy. And it's not easy today, especially because the whole automotive landscape has changed. Matter of fact, I was just reading an article about that. And the fact that the COVID thing and the layoffs and pricing, inflation, all of these factors in the automotive industry play a part in this show, and you see it here. This is where it all shows. Look at what Detroit has been through.
Yeah.
Look at what Chicago. It's not just Houston. It's
No.
across everything. People still in this city resonate with this show. Look at all the people that are here.
Well, to that point, there's not just those are American shows you're talking about. There's European car shows too that don't have the layout or the expanse that this particular show does.
Or European shows that have closed.
I was about to say, or that exist anymore.
Exactly.
Correct.
Yes.
And that's just recently.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
and so that I think that speaks volumes. This show is well-rounded. People look at all the people here at IX Exotics.
I lost count at 4 when they walked by. This place is packed.
And I mean, the Jeep thing. This used to not exist. You came to the car show. As a matter of fact, I was telling one of the product specialists, when I came originally a long time ago, the manufacturers, mainly the big three, and a few of the foreign ones, mainly Toyota and BMW, I think, were here. Not in this facility, but they were the big players. And the big three always had concept cars. And they used to display the concept cars. At least one, if not two, by each manufacturer. There with this big, huge stage and the car up there and the big turntable, and they had this good-looking guy in a suit or girl up there in her suit, and all these lines memorized and displaying the car, opening the door and tell you about it. And it was a 15-minute show unto itself.
Right.
They don't have that anymore.
No.
And
they don't even make concept cars anymore.
Correct.
It's very rare are they even making concept cars. I get that comment on social media a lot saying, well, I'm not coming because they don't have concept cars anymore. I was like, well, good luck finding one.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not anywhere.
These used to be concepts. These were concepts at one time.
They were on a computer.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Well, you got the CADs and stuff. That's how they do them now. Well, and like Mazda said, they designed theirs with clay. And I didn't say anything, but now they're designed on the computer. So
they are.
There's different things that.
We do have the prototype of the 4Runner from Toyota, though.
It's a pre-production model.
Yeah.
Yeah. That they designed, and it's not a concept per se.
Exactly.
They're going to make
Yeah,
the car.
Right.
Here's the pre-production.
And that's the difference.
And
There's
it's funny because being automotive press, every once in a while we get a pre-production model.
Yeah.
And those cars go back to wherever they were and they get smashed.
Right.
Because they can't guarantee that all the stuff works the way that they want it to do.
Of
But they
course.
want to get it in the press.
Liabilities.
Yeah, and they get it in the press, and they get some press on it. It's coming up, at the end of the summer, it's coming out.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. But to be able to navigate all of that, kudos to you because, dealing with manufacturers, and I know that this is just one little part of what the manufacturers do.
Right.
In their displays that they send down here. And the other thing, too, that I think is interesting to point out is that the manufacturers don't just do the Houston show. They may have another show going on at the same time somewhere else.
Exactly.
Or it's so close to the Houston show that they take the big design to the big spread over to Chicago.
Yeah, we've got Washington, D.C. happening right now as well. So Washington and us had to compete for some of those assets from the manufacturers if they only have one. So,
Right.
yeah, it definitely happens.
Yeah.
Well, and like the young man from Stellantis over here indicated that for the past month, he's been doing shows, hopping around the countryside.
This is the show season. We started kind of with Detroit, and then it's us, Washington. Philadelphia was right before us, and then Chicago will come up, and then a little break with some smaller cities, and then New York. So it's kind of the circuit of the auto shows.
And I would imagine that you go to those shows and take a look and see what's going on there.
Chicago has long been my idol and mentor.
Yep. Well, I will tell you, Mars, were you there with me when we went on that junket? No, I don't think you were. We went to Chicago and had a little hop, skip, and a jump over to Detroit while I was in Chicago. But that Chicago show is very unique because of where it is held. And here's a hall over here.
Yeah.
There's a hall over here. Then there's another big display downstairs. It's a very unique venue. I've
Yes.
never been to one like it.
It's like an excursion.
But it works well there, and the times that I've been there, I really enjoy going around the show itself.
Mm-hmm.
And of course that's 2 or 3 days of snow. That's all I need.
that's part
but
of it.
It's part of
Yeah,
it.
they actually open next week, and I debated flying up there on Wednesday to go to their show on Thursday, and I just said, I don't want to be cold again.
I
I got my cold last week.
Snow, that's right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll say this, that because, Ford has a manufacturing facility in Chicago, and Ford is right there next to Dearborn,
Yep.
that they get the big display. I'll never forget the one that I went to in Chicago. That Ford display, it was like half this arena. It was huge, massive. They don't do that anymore. Yeah. And they've all of the manufacturers have pared it down.
Yep.
And there are some that do it better than others. And you have to deal with that because you set up the floor plan for these people.
Right.
And it's like, oh my God. La, la, la,
She-
la, la, la.
Last Saturday when I came by here after the show,
There was nothing here.
Well, it was not. It was a big empty room, but she's got paper and she's got places where these vehicles are going to go.
Yeah.
There's a little red box. She said, "This is where y'all are going to go, right
Yeah.
there." And it's like there's nothing here to relate it to, but
And-
she knew
Right.
exactly where we
And
were.
you had to talk her into putting us on the inside.
Yeah, as opposed to
Well,
outside.
it's better than the out back, yeah. But it was.
Yeah, there's a lot of detail that goes into planning this event for sure, and I'm really grateful for our relationships with the local dealers and the local dealer groups and dealerships here in Houston because they're the ones that really help push the OEMs as well. Camp Jeep was on the fence of coming back this year, and we were begging them, telling them how important it is, what a great crowd we have, how much attendees love it, and we had one dealer at Helfman Dodge that called every day and texted every day to the head of Jeep saying, bring this to Houston. We'll do anything we can to get it here. So without the support from them, we wouldn't have all that we have. And even some of the displays that you see are brought by the dealerships. Our Cadillac display, our BMW display, the Buick GMC, those are all local dealers that are bringing in their inventory from their showroom, putting it at risk in this event for 5 days instead of selling it, and just so they can show it off and participate here at the auto show and make our event great.
Yeah, but I would imagine there's probably a high percentage of, say, pick somebody that's looking at a car. They're probably going to go back next week.
Oh, absolutely.
And say, I talked to so-and-so at the auto show. He said, I could get this incentive.
Absolutely.
I want to drive that car, and they're going to buy it. So that's the advantage.
One of the things that I did want to talk to you about I've been waiting for you to talk to about this, and that was the outdoor ride and drive stuff.
Yes.
And what you got going on outdoors too.
Yes.
And it's a beautiful day.
It is a great day to go on a test drive. And so we have a little route here within NRG Center, and you can go back down Old Spanish Trail and come back in at Fannin. But we've got Subaru, Ford, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, and Chevrolet all out front, as well as Evolve Houston, which is the EV motivator in our city. They've got the EV Hummer, the Cadillac IQ, the Mini, and a couple Chevys out there for people to test drive, as well as the BMW. So we've got all those test drive opportunities right in front of NRG Center. All you do is sign a waiver, take a breathalyzer, show your valid license, and you get to go on a test drive.
And it's all
you ain't driving.
Does one of those make it good for
waiver?
all of them?
No, you've got to sign different. Each manufacturer has different liabilities and risks, so you've got to sign each one. But it's a great way to go test drive with a low pressure environment. Those are product specialists that are going with you. They're not trying to sell you a car right then on that test drive.
So if you're looking for the
Volkswagen is here, yes.
If you're looking for the EV, if you want to come and check out the EVs,
yes,
it's not necessarily in the brands.
They have them in the
space.
brands as well. So like Ford has the Mach-E and the Lightning in their Ford ride and drive.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Evolve has additional brands that might not be out front also.
So you look for the Evolve display,
Evolve
not
10.
necessarily. Yeah. Okay.
Can we go over
Didn't
there?
know that.
Can we go over there and file a complaint about how many charging stations there are in the Houston area?
You go right
and which
ahead.
How
ones
many
that
there
aren't
are
working?
for it.
Yes.
You go for it.
There should be an app that tells you which ones are working and which ones are not.
Guess what? That doesn't work either.
Because the app doesn't work.
Yeah, well, there's that. But because I wanted to make sure that we put that in there. You have food trucks here?
We do have some food trucks out front, some other displays too, and some boats out front even. I mean, we packed this place.
I know you did.
Inside the building is 700,000 square feet. With the lobby, it's 1 million square feet. I don't know what our square footage is in the parking area and the valet area, but we take up every possible inch that we can. And they have really squeezed in more than 400 boats over there. And we've got 300 plus cars over here. And all these extra exhibits like NASA, our race car track that we have with the remote control race cars, the Army gaming truck. We have so many extra attractions this year that's making things, really entertaining. You're going to spend a couple hours here for sure.
Talk about the NASA thing. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. So it's from Space Center Houston, Johnson Space Center. They brought in 3 lunar rovers that are competing to go to Mars and the Moon. And you can check out the 3 different designs from 3 different companies. I think NASA's doing the critiquing of that. There's a real spacesuit, a real life spacesuit over there, and 2 simulators. So one of the simulators, you get to drive the lunar rover on the moon, and the other one, you get to dock one of the spaceships. It's really cool, really interesting. I just love that we have the Carriage House golf carts from the 1925 Model T version, and then we've got the 2025 Space Rovers, right next to each other. It just shows how far innovation has come.
How did you swing that? How did you?
She's
you call Space Center Houston, or they call you?
No, actually, they called us, and they said that they have been working on achieving this plan for the last 2 years, convincing their teams and figuring out how we could do this. One of their communications directors comes to the auto show every year. He loves it, and he was like, it would be perfect to have space cars at the auto show.
Well,
so they made it happen.
To the point where you said you've got the golf cart?
Yeah,
from
that's a Model T.
Well, that's sort of like David is being and you're the expansion in there.
I had to go a long ways for that one,
I
Jeff.
know I did. Sorry. Let me explain it.
Yeah, if you got to explain it,
I was going to ask you, Don, when you came to the auto show, was it still in the arena 43 years ago?
It was an Astro Hall.
Astro
Hall.
Yeah.
I think
But
she
I
meant
think
the Roman arena where the chariots run.
I think that's what she meant.
Chariots of
Okay.
Fire.
Yeah.
Go ahead and bash on Don. It's okay. I can take it. No, I'm just teasing. But
Charlton Heston.
yeah. Chariot racing. You know, they used to have that in the Astrodome
Yeah.
during the rodeo.
Yeah, and if you lost,
you're
they
too young to know.
gonna feed you
but
to the
before they
lions.
did that, remember the wagon races that
Yeah.
they got? That was preceded by the chariot races, and I think
No,
a couple
I do
of guys.
remember those. And then
think-
they got a little dangerous.
Yeah, well, yeah, they got run over.
I do remember those.
Yeah, with the guy
I do.
standing up there in the back doing
Yes,
that number,
yes,
and then
yes,
the thing
yes.
would
I
topple over,
remember,
and here
yes.
comes the other one, run
Yeah,
him over.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
And then they fed him to the lions.
Yeah. Anyway, well, good times, and we thank you for
Thank you.
inviting us, and we
Oh,
appreciate it.
I'm so glad you guys are here. This is fun. It's good exposure for all of us, you guys and for us at this show. And I'm excited to see this center continue to fill up today. We've got a good
exactly.
crowd.
So tonight till 8 o'clock.
Tonight till 8 o'clock, tomorrow 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., close at 6, tickets online, $20 or here at the door.
Good, very good.
Perfect.
We love you. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right,
One
yeah.
last question. Has the attendance been more than last year? Kind of averaged out?
The first 2 days were average. Yesterday was higher than last year, and we're on pace to do really good today. So
Good.
if
Yeah.
you're coming to spend the whole day at NRG, we've got Monster Jam in the stadium
We talked
tonight.
about that, yeah.
And so
Oh,
pay
yeah.
your parking one time. Come over here in the afternoon, enjoy this event,
the
go to
day.
Monster Jam at night.
Get a
Mars?
you could get a threefer. Boat show, car show,
Monster Jam.
There you go.
And food trucks and ride and drives. All
Plenty
that.
to do. Plenty to do.
Rochelle, I love you. Thank
Thank
you.
you, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Rochelle Salinas, Executive Vice President, Houston Automobile Dealers Association. Award-winning In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show available 24/7 through the Odyssey Radio app. Just look for In-Wheel Time Car Talk. We also video stream our live weekly show on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com, and podcasts from your favorite podcast provider. In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. You own a
The
car
recipes
you
are
love.
authentic and
Why not
time-tested.
let Gulf Coast
The
Auto Shield
ingredients
protect it?
always fresh.
Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art
The Tex-Mex
facility to
dining
introduce you to
experience
his
is
specialist
defined
team of
by
auto
Lupi
enthusiasts.
Tortilla,
We
your
promise you'll be
destination
impressed.
for Texas's
Whether you're
best
looking to
beef
massage
fajitas
your
and frozen
original paint
margaritas.
to a like new
Since
appearance, apply a
1983,
ceramic coating,
Lupi Tortilla
install
has
a
served
paint
authentic
protection.
stuff. You try to give a man a job, and you say, press that button when it ends. Does he? Yeah, he presses it while the other one's still going.
Who would do something like that? My mic's not on, so I don't care.
Oh, my God. Well, it's okay.
That way you get them all in real fast.
Yeah, why don't we play all four of them at the same time?
There you go.
Let's
And
give
then
it a
you
whirl.
then you try to figure it
We're
out.
give
running
it a
out of
whirl.
time. So
You want to do it
gotta
again? Let's try it again.
No, it's not. We've already done it. This is all bonus stuff anyway. And I was just using it to gain some thoughts about what we're going to do next. I've got some news stories that I would like to get in that I haven't gotten in yet, believe it or not.
Okay.
Do you want to do that?
Sure.
Okay. Well, we've got a little bit of time, and you can comment.
Okay.
Automakers responding to mounting concerns about vehicle affordability by producing more lower-end trims, creating value-focused special editions of popular nameplates, and in some cases resurrecting base models they previously had killed off. Ford, Mini, Mitsubishi, and Ram told dealers at the NAD show in New Orleans that they would build more affordable vehicles. Chevy, Chrysler, and Volkswagen are among brands that already have moved to offset rising vehicle costs with less expensive products. Ford touted plans to bring back the base Bronco for the 2025 model year. GM and Volkswagen have already found sales success at the bottom of the price spectrum. VW in October added a value-oriented Wolfsburg edition to the 24 Tiguan compact crossover, the brand's top-selling nameplate. In just 3 months, the model accounted for 6% of total 2024 Tiguan sales. So obviously, cheaper is ringing somebody's bell because that's what they're buying. Stellantis dealers should get ready for the, quote, most epic comeback in automotive history.
They're working on it.
In 2025, the company's U.S. sales chief, Jeff Comer, said at the NADA show. There was feeling of optimism at the company's January 25th MAKE meeting. Comer said, as the automaker and its retailers work to move past a rough 2024 when sales declined 15% across the board. Well, guess what? The CEO moron that got sent up the totem pole. Who is this guy? He ruined a company. Now they're trying to bring it back, and I think they're going to.
I think they will too.
Stellantis North America COO Antonio Filosa moved Comer back to the lead U.S. sales role after CEO Carl Tavares resigned in December. He didn't resign. He got fired. And how many millions of dollars did he get to say bye-bye?
A lot.
Yeah, a lot. Keeping an eye on us all year long, Comer told Automotive News after the meeting, you're going to see incremental improvements. You're going to see momentum. You're going to see sales gains. The dealers got our back. We got their back. And I feel like we're starting to gain their trust and optimism back. 24 was just not anywhere that we needed to be. Increasing spending on regional Tier 2 marketing to 2019 levels, Mr. Mars. What is he doing over there? Is he looking at porn?
No, he's doing his taxes.
Taxes.
Yeah, buddy.
New U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy signed an order directing U.S. regulators to rescind landmark fuel economy standards issued under President Joe Biden that aim to drastically reduce fuel use for cars and trucks. In a January 28th memo, Duffy directed the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration to reconsider rules covering the 2022 model year through the 2031 model year for cars and trucks. Artificially high fuel economy standards designed to meet non-statutory policy goals such as those NHTSA had promulgated in recent years impose large costs that render many vehicle models unaffordable for the average American family.
So is that the CAFE standards? Is what you're talking about?
Pretty much.
Well, that's a big part of it too.
Well, there are some manufacturers that are now 3 fuel: electric, hydrogen, and gasoline.
Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah.
No, it's kind of like VHS versus, in the beginning, VHS, Beta, they were battling it out. What did Don Armstrong buy?
Beta.
Of course I did. On recommendation from somebody said, oh, well, this is better quality.
Well,
it's going to go Beta.
Why did you do that, Mike?
Everything you hear now is the same thing. It was better quality, but they just didn't market it right or cheap enough or something. Who knows?
I don't know.
I was too young to be buying that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Really? Really? Okay. All right. Well, we're going to wrap up today's show after a quick break. Stay with us. You're on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show.
Pro-Am Auto Accessories has been serving Houston's auto enthusiasts since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am is known as the place to go to find exclusive and hard-to-find parts and accessories. Pro-Am is one of the very first distributors in the USA for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier retail and service corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse, showroom, and installation bays. Pro-Am not only sells parts and accessories, but also offers installation and service. Pro-Am is now reaching a worldwide audience through Pro-Am.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. At Pro-Am Auto, you'll be dealing with a small group of professionals who truly want to help you with your automotive needs. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755.
From the open roads to the open waters, Your adventure starts at the Houston Automotive Show at NRG Center. 1 ticket, 2 shows. Check out top cars, trucks, sport boats, fishing boats, and more. New designs, new technology, and everything in between. Spectacular experiences, amazing fun. There's something for everyone. Get your friends, get your family, and get your tickets now. The Houston Automotive Show, making waves and fueling adventures.
Well, that's all for this week's In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Be sure and check us out online, inwheeltime.com. We like to look just like you do, so send us some car pics of your ride. Please include as many details as you'd like. We'll feature it on a future show. Send it to info@inwheeltime.com. Hey, when you're looking for award-winning car talk, you can find that at the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show 24/7 on the In Wheel Time app. On the road, grab a podcast anytime from your favorite podcast provider, including the new SiriusXM podcast channel, and be sure and catch us on the Odyssey radio app. We also video stream our show every Saturday on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. The In Wheel Time video technical director is we always need more Jeff Zekin. For booking agent, video editor, and people finder Mike Out of This World Mars, chief engineer David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. Special thanks to Rochelle Salinas with the Houston Auto Dealers Association and the Houston Auto Show. Also, Kimberly Schultz with Stellantis has always supported the In Wheel Time Show and each one of us. Thank you, Kimberly. We love you. And to our fans.